You know, when I was early in my career, one of the obstetricians came to me and he says, "Ben, I knew you do unusual things, so I have this woman who is pregnant with twins, and one of the twins has a severe case of hydrocephalus, water on the brain, the head is growing so rapidly it's threatening early labor, and they are not mature enough to survive outside of the womb. So could you do an operation to save the normal baby? We know you can't save the abnormal baby, but to save the normal baby." Well, there had been an article in the New England Journal a few weeks before that that said intrauterine surgery was an admirable thing to wish for, but we just didn't have the technology to do it yet. And yet, these babies don't need it in the future, they need it now. So I knew of a neurosurgeon in Philadelphia who was doing some experimental intrauterine surgery on sheep. So I contacted him, and I said, "Do you think we could modify this for human usage very quickly?" And we did. But then we couldn't do the procedure at Johns Hopkins because the ethics committee said, you know, this has not been done before, and you know, we just can't do something like this, it's unethical. So I went to one of the local hospitals, the community hospitals that didn't have an ethics committee. And you know, we were able to do the operation. You could watch the head shrink right on the screen. It was really quite amazing. And we were able to buy several more weeks so that the babies were born. And it was a big deal, it was a big national story. And, but then there was criticism, people saying, that was unethical, we weren't ready to do that. Until it became clear that not only was the normal baby okay, but the hydrocephalic baby was okay. And then they were all saying, well, I would have done that too, you know, under those circumstances.
Yeah, right.
You know, but, you know, years later, many years later, at a banquet, this very statuesque, beautiful woman walks up to my wife and says, "Are you Dr. Carson's wife?" And she said, "Yes." And she said, "Your husband operated on me and my sister while we were still in our mother's womb. So no one will ever convince me it's a meaningless bunch of cells."
Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome.